The three at the buzzer, no good, and Dike-New Hartford, for the first time in school history, are state champions in basketball here in 2021.
Dike-New Hartford goes back-to-back in 2022. Dike-New Hartford goes back-to-back-to-back.
Welcome in, everybody, as we get ready for DNH girls basketball here on YouTube. Wolverines are hosting North Polk out of Polk City tonight. Comets here, number 3 in 4A, so a couple classes bigger. Number 3, though, sitting at 15-2 on the year, 12-0 in the Raccoon River Conference. And their only other meeting with DNH has been in the Class 3A semifinal back in 2020. March of 2020, so pre-COVID days, and where they defeated the Wolverines 46-44. Again, a tight game. Wolverines got down early, scrambled their way back, but could not defeat North Polk that afternoon. I believe it was morning, actually. So we get a chance here to see, again, the number 3 team in 4A against the number 1 team in 2A. That would be the Dike-New Hartford Wolverines. 15-1 on the season, 7-0 in the NICL Central. And again, we've talked about this multiple times. Their only loss on the season, it was back on November 25th against Solon. And that was a 49-48, and that was a top 3 team in 3A. I believe they were top 3 at the time. So a couple of top 5 teams here are going to go at it, and should be an exciting night. I'm excited to kind of call this one here, and really to give you guys an opportunity to see this game. And if we've got anybody from down North Polk way watching, I'm going to apologize right now if I screw some names up. I did get the pronunciations, but that was about 2 hours ago, so we're going to hopefully have everything still straight. But no, I do apologize. I do try and get everybody's get them right, but you know, sometimes it's difficult, and sometimes I get it in my head that it's pronounced a different way, and it's not. So we'll see. But let's start here with the away starters for the Comets. So starting tonight for the Comets is going to be number 22, a 5'9" junior guard, Abby Tuttle. She averages 15.6 points on the year. She's a 45% three-point shooter, so I expect to see some good outside, and she's a 72% free throw shooter. So again, leading scorer here for the Comets. With her will be number 24, Jada Pody. She is a 5'7" junior guard. She averages 6.8 and 3.5. Also shoots over 30% from outside, from beyond the arc, and so at 35%. The third member of the starting lineup is number 32, Kaylee Kodelka. She is a 5'10" senior forward. Averages 2.8 and 4.1, but is still 30% from behind the arc. The fourth member of the starting lineups is number 33, Becca Agard. She's a 6'3" junior center. Averages 7.6 and 6.5. 0% from outside the arc. Not sure. I haven't looked, and I should have, to see if she hasn't taken any or she hasn't made any. So, again, probably more she hasn't taken any. And then the final starter here for the Comets tonight will be number 40, Greta Dillinger. She's a 5'10" junior guard, averages 9.6 and 1.9, another 30% three-point shooter. So the Comets on the year are scoring 58 points a game and giving up 34, shooting 42% from the field and 33% from behind the arc, 61% free throw shooters. They average 32, almost 33 rebounds a game, 14.5 assists a game, 12 steals a game, 11 turnovers, and 11.4 fouls a game. So, again, a good team coming in here to battle the Dike-New Hartford Wolverines tonight. We will take a look here. Again, the home starters, as we look at them, are not different than we've seen almost the entire season. It'll be number 3, Jaden Peterson, 5'8" senior forward, averaging 12.6 and 7.1 a game, 50% from behind the arc, and a 60% free throw shooter. Joining her will be number 13 freshman guard, 5'7" freshman guard, Peyton Foster, averaging 6.5 points a game, almost 30% from behind the arc. The third starter here is number 15, a 6-foot senior guard, Marin Bixby, averaging 12.5 points a game, 3 rebounds, also shooting 37.9% from behind the arc and 73% from the line. Fourth member of the starting lineup for the Wolverines is number 23, Maddie Buskel, a 5'7" junior guard, averaging 3 points a game and 1.8 rebounds. Also 29% from behind the arc, so almost at 30, and she is actually at 100% from the free throw line. Hasn't shot many, but hasn't missed one yet. And the last member of the starting lineup is your 3-time state basketball captain for the tournament team, number 25, Peyton Peterson, 5'11" senior center, averaging 18.1 and 9.8. Just dipped below 10 rebounds a game. She was averaging a double-double. She is also 31% from behind the arc and 62% from the line. Wolverines on the year are putting up 63.8 points a game, giving up 30.2. From the field, they're at 46%. From behind the arc, they're at 30.9%. 61% from the free throw line, averaging 31.4 rebounds a game, averaging 15.8 assists a game, 14.8 steals a game, 11.4 turnovers a game, and only 6.8 fouls a game. And we talked about that. That keeps those Wolverine lineup pretty intact because they don't get in a lot of foul trouble and don't have to bring multiple people off the bench other than their normal rotation. So excited to see how things go tonight. Again, I think Abby Tuttle really is the one that, as watching her on film, she's a very good ball player. She's going to be very tough tonight for the Wolverines to defend, so it'll be interesting to see how the Wolverines go about defending her. Looking forward here as we get going, we'll have the pregame lineups and the national anthem and all of our announcements to start here in about a minute and a half, and then we will be ready to rock and roll with Wolverine basketball. So we're going to get ready to go here and should be ready to roll. I will, again, as always, step away here during lineup announcements, and I will be back then after the national anthem. So I will leave the volume on so you guys can catch at least the sounds of what we're going on here, and then we'll be back. So hang tight, and we'll be back right after this.
Good evening and welcome to Dike-New Hartford for tonight's non-conference girls basketball contest between the North Polk Comets and the Dike-New Hartford Wolverines. We would like to remind all in attendance that the Dike-New Hartford Community School District encourages positive sportsmanship and behaviors at all our activities. By being positive about your team and coaches and respecting the decisions of the officials, you enhance the atmosphere of athletics. We expect the fans of both teams to follow that lead with your cheers and behaviors. Have a great time and enjoy tonight's games. And now for the starting lineups. For the away team on the scoreboard, the North Polk Comets. Number 22, a junior, Abby Tuttle. Number 24, a junior, Jada Moody. Number 32, a senior, Kaylee Tadelka. Number 33, a junior, Becca Agard. Number 40, a junior, Greta Dillinger. The head coach of the Comets is Clint Anderson. the efforts of these individuals, high school athletics would not be possible. Dike-New Hartford would like to thank them for the work they do and their partnership with high school athletics. Please join us in giving these officials a round of applause for all they do. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please stand. The privilege of this game was made possible by those who have fought and those that continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy. Let us honor our country and respect their efforts by removing our caps, standing at attention, placing our hands over our hearts as we proudly perform our national anthem.
All right, we are back here in Dike for this tip-off of this game. Again, the North Polk Comets coming in, the number 3 rated team in 4A. Wolverines, the number 1 ranked team in 2A. So a couple class difference here, but looking to get battle and get after it. Looks like it's going to be Marin Bixby jumping up against Kaylee Kadelka. So that'll be our tip-off here as the Wolverines and Comets get ready to tip off here from Dike. Officials are coming in. We're going to get ready to go. Ball is up. Bixby wins it to Busco. Busco with it. Wolverines will start on offense. Peyton Foster with it coming across. Looks to go to Busco and then throwing it away. A quick turnover here by the Wolverines. North Polk will inbound it, and it's going to be Dillinger inbounding it to Pody. Back to Dillinger, back to Pody. Up to Tuttle. Tuttle with it on the wing. Back over here to number 24, Jada Pody. To Dillinger, looking inside. Tries to go to Agard, and that gets thrown away, taken away by Peyton Peterson. She's going to come right down court. She's going to put it up and in. First bucket to the Wolverines. 2-0 DNH. Ball into Tuttle. In the backcourt, guarded by Busco. She gets it up to Pody. She back to Tuttle. Tuttle with it up top. Wolverines in their 2-3 zone. Ball goes down to Agard. It ends up in Tuttle's hands on the wing. Puts it down, skips it across. Pody brings it right back to Tuttle. Tuttle driving baseline, gets shot up, misses it, but a rebound there by Agard. And then Jaden Peterson with a good box out. Gets the ball. Wolverines, again, lead this one 2-0. Peterson with it coming across. Throws it to her sister, Peyton. Looks to make the cut. Peyton dribbles in, goes to the left hand, and gets fouled. Agard challenged her on it, and Peyton Peterson up through the contact. She's going to get 2 free throws on this one. So that is the first foul on number 33, Becca Agard. Her first, team first. Peterson for 2. First one made by Peterson. She's going to get one more. Second free throw up, off, rebounded there by Kadelka. She gets it up here to Pody. Ball is skipped over here to Dillinger. Dillinger with it. Back up top. Hand off to Tuttle. Tuttle with it up top. Sets the offense. Skips it down there to Kudelka. She's going to skip it across to Pody. She's going to take that three and miss it. Rebounded there by Maddie Busco. Busco up to Peyton Foster. Foster going to push it across. Wolverine skip it over to Marin Bixby. Bixby for three. Just missed it. Tipped out, but rebounded there by Kudelka. Pody brings it across, gets it to Tuttle on the wing. Wolverines leading this one 3-0. Tuttle's going to take the deep three. Missed it. Rebounded by Busco. Busco right up to Peyton Foster, going quickly up the floor. Foster on the attack, step through, looks to attack Agard, but gets it blocked out of bounds. It'll be Wolverine basketball underneath. First substitution is going to be Izzy Norton in for Maddie Busco. Normal substitution pattern for the Wolverines. Bixby will inbound it. Bixby skips it over to Foster. Foster into Jaden Peterson. Looks to skip it over to Bixby, but stolen there by Kudelka. Ball in Tuttle's hands. Now to Pody. She goes down to Dillinger. Dillinger in the corner. Back up top. Pody over to Tuttle. Tuttle with it up top. North Polk gets himself set. Dillinger going to take that deep three. Missed it. Rebounded by Jane Peterson. Wolverines are off and running again. Peterson splits the defense. Drives it down. Floats it up for Norton. Back out to Foster. Foster going to take that three. Misses it. Rebound by Izzy Norton. And scramble for him. Pody comes up with it. She's going to attack. Bixby gets back. And they're going to have a foul on Bixby. And Pody went down pretty hard right on that shoulder. Bixby challenged it. And just some contact. It's going to be Bixby's first. Team first. Jada Pody going to go to the line for two for the Comets. First shot is up and off. She'll get one more. Wolverines, again, lead this one 3-0. Just under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Second free throw missed. And she gets her own rebound, though. Offensive rebound back to Pody. She's going to kick it out there. Ball ends up top to Tuttle. Tuttle with it, back to Pody. Over here on the right side, she's going to dribble back up to the top. Goes to Dillinger. Dillinger floats it in there to Kudelka. She's going to end up throwing it to Agard, and ball swings around to Pody. She puts it on the deck, gets it to Agard on the drive, misses the layup. Peyton Peterson rips the rebound away, and they're going to call a jump ball on that. Looked like Peyton had it, and the arm got in there by Agard, but they are going to call a jump ball. It's going to be North Polk basketball underneath. And Coach Dahl is asking the question as to what that call was. Normally don't see Coach Dahl asking questions like that. So Tuttle with it on the inbound, back to Dillinger. Wolverines in their 2-3 zone. Tuttle up top into Agard. She looks to attack left-handed, kicks it out, but taken away by Marin Bixby. She stepped in and stole it. Bixby on the wing, over to Peyton Peterson across the court. Peyton out to Izzy Norton. Norton going to spot up for three. Off the rim. Rebounded there by Kudelka. And she's going to get a foul. She's going to collect a foul on Marin Bixby. That's going to be Bixby's second. And Maddie Busco going to come right in for her. And Ava Husak, number 21, is in for the Comets. She comes in for Dillinger. Ball quickly across. Pody with it over to Kudelka on the wing. Takes the three, misses it. Scramble for the ball. And Agard comes out with it. She battled Jaden Peterson for it and came away with it. Husak with it. Takes it over. The ball is now up to Tuttle at the top. Skips it over to Husak in the corner. Back up to Pody. She goes to Tuttle. Tuttle to the corner to Kudelka. She attacks on the drive, misses it. Jaden Peterson battling Agard. She ends up falling down, and Agard's able to put that ball up and in. So Wolverines leading this one 3-2, 3:20 to go in the first period. Ball quickly Jaden Peterson with it, guarded by Pody. Scramble for the ball, and Pody comes up with it. And she tries to throw it up, but Jaden Peterson takes it away, gets it to Peyton Peterson. Peyton with the shot fake, up and in. So Peterson with another bucket, 5 quick points. Peyton Peterson right now, the only one on the board for the Wolverines. Pody with it, gonna bring it across. Gets it to Tuttle. Tuttle has not looked to really attack yet. Ball, Kudelka threw that one away, tried to get to Agard, and Peyton Peterson stepped in front. Peterson gonna bring the ball down court. On the attack. Steps through, and she's gonna get another foul, and she's gonna get 2 more free throws out of that. So foul was on Ava Husak, number 21, her first, team second in the first period. And Peterson going to take 2 free throws here. First free throw up and good by Peterson. In number 14, Schultz is going to come in. Campbell Schultz. And number 40, Greta Dillinger. They're going to come in and get Pody and Kudelka. Second free throw is up off the rim and rebounded by Agard. Agard with a definite height advantage over most of the Wolverines. Husak with it. Back to Tuttle. Tuttle with it here on the wing. Tuttle puts it on the deck. Looks to drive baseline. Cannot get there. Gets it to Agard. She's going to skip it out to nobody, and it's going to be Wolverine basketball with 2:13 to go. Wolverines leading this one 6-2, and we've got a timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout by the Comets. All right, so while we got a chance here, we're going to talk real quick. I know we talked a lot about it the last time we played, but Friday night is going to be senior night for the Wolverines. And so girls and boys basketball both. It's also going to be the cheerleaders night, but we're having a soup supper. The After Prom is putting on a soup supper that night. It's going to be $5 a meal. You can get chili or chicken tortilla soup, and that's going to start at 5 o'clock on Friday night. So we hope to see you out here. Again, we are back here now. Izzy Norton going to inbound the ball to Maddie Buskell. Norton, Buskell, Peyton Peterson, Jaden Peterson, and Foster on the floor for the Wolverines. Buskell goes into Peyton Peterson, puts it on the deck, attacks strong, and she's going to get the second foul on Agard right here in the first period. Good attack there by Peyton Peterson, attacking into the body, and that's going to be Agard's second, and Peterson going to get 2 more free throws. Looks like it's going to be Kudelka coming in, probably for Agard. Peterson's first free throw is up and good. Wolverines do lead. Yep, and it is. So get some height out of the lineup here for the Comets, as they're going to trade 5'10" for 6'3". Peterson's second free throw up and good. Wolverines now lead this one 8-2 on 8 points by Peyton Peterson, taking it upon herself to start this game off strong. Schultz with it. Schultz over to Tuttle. Tuttle gets it to Dillinger. Back to Tuttle. She's got it up top. She's going to get a screen there from Kudelka. She doesn't use it. She kicks it out here to Schultz. Over to Kudelka. Over to Dillinger. Around the corner to Holt. To Husak. And she's going to hit the 3 on the ball reversal. So Wolverines now lead 8-5. Foster with it. Foster looks for Norton, but that was taken away there by Schultz. Schultz on the drive. She's going to get the bucket and the foul on Peyton Foster. Something we saw in the JV game, folks, as Schultz played in that JV game, is she got a ton of open layups by sprinting the floor. So she does a good job of jumping passes and getting after it. So Sylvie Fuller going to come in for Izzy Norton for the Wolverines, and number 20, Lauren Osborne, and Pody check back in. Schultz makes it. Now we're tied at 8 here with 1:19 to go. Wolverines with it. Looks a little bit of an extended 2-3 zone here by the Comets. Looking to get after the Wolverines. In quickly to Peyton Peterson. Looks for her sister Jaden, and that one goes off of Osborne's hands and out of bounds. It'll be Wolverine basketball underneath. Peyton Peterson to inbound it for the Wolverines. Peterson into her sister Jaden. Back into Peyton, and that one tipped away there by Kudelka. So Wolverines looking to go quickly right away into Peyton Peterson. Maddie Buskell with it, out of bounds. Floats it up to Peyton Peterson. She's going to attack and get the bucket. Great basket by Peyton Peterson. Dillinger with it, goes quickly up here to Osborne. Osborne looked to go to Kudelka and taken away by Peyton Peterson. She brings it across half court. Turns the corner, and she's going to attack. Up, missed it, but got her own rebound. Puts the rebound up and in. Wolverines lead this one 12-8. Peyton Peterson, she stands in there, takes a charge on Scholes. Scholes came down, and Peyton just planted her feet and took the charge. So that is going to be the fourth foul on the Comets in the first period with 30 seconds to go, and the first one on number 14, Campbell Scholes. Foster with it, under 30 seconds, shot clock is off. Foster to Buskell, into Jaden Peterson. Look for Peyton Peterson, but Scholes stepped in front of it. Again, something we saw in the JV game. She does a good job of seeing that pass and stepping in front. Pody going to take that three off the back of the rim, tipped out. Pody ends up with it, kicks it over here to Dillinger. She's going to take the three, missed it again. Scramble for the ball, and we are going to have a tie-up. It's going to be Wolverine basketball with 3 seconds to go in the first period. Maren Bixby quickly back in for Sylvie Fuller. So 3 seconds to go. We're going to have to be quick with this one. Foster with it. Takes the half-court shot. Off the backboard and not in. So that's going to be the end of your first quarter. Wolverines lead this one 12-8. We will be back after this word from People's Savings Bank.
How can you become a Wolverine superfan?
With your Wolverine Pride debit card from People's Savings Bank.
Every time we swipe the Wolverine Pride debit card,
People's Savings Bank gives 6 cents back to D&H schools. That added up to almost $2,000 this past year.
Get your Wolverine Pride debit card today. Roll blue.
All right, we are back here in Dike for the start of the second period. Wolverines leading the Comets 12-8 after the first 8 minutes. On the floor here for the Wolverines is going to be the starting five. So it'll be Jaden and Peyton Peterson, Peyton Foster, Maren Bixby, and Maddie Buskell. Again, Bixby out there with 2 fouls she got in the first period. Agard back in for the Comets along with Sullivan, Osborne, Pody, and Tuttle. Ball over here to Tuttle. Skips it across to Osborne, and she traveled with it before she put it down. Wolverine basketball on the turnover. Foster with it again. Now a little bit of a 2-1-2 look, about half court. Agard standing in the middle. She tries to take it away from Jaden Peterson. She gets it over to Buskell, into Peyton. Swing around to Bixby, and that ball is going to go out of bounds off of the Comets. In for the Comets is going to be Dillinger coming in for Osborne. Bixby with it. Bixby right into Peyton Peterson. She gets a shot up. Again, Agard going to have to be careful with those 2 fouls, especially playing against Peyton Peterson there. Dillinger on the other end misses the three, rebounded by Peterson. Peyton Peterson bringing it down court. Takes it to the right side, looks to attack, got it blocked by Agard. Comets quickly out, and that is going to be number 23, Faith Sullivan, with the layup on the breakaway. Buskell tried to challenge it, but Sullivan got it up and in. Ball into Jane Peterson. She's going to go on the attack and get it up and in. So Wolverines meeting that 2-1-2 with their own 2-1-2. Jaden Peterson on the attack. First bucket outside of Peyton Peterson here tonight. That's a quick three by Tuttle, and she puts it in. That's what we expected to see, folks. Tuttle, I think that's her first shot of the night here. Quickly into Jaden Peterson. She looks to attack, has it tipped away. Maren Bixby goes and gets it to Jaden. Skipped across to Busco. Busco will take the three. Missed it, but rebounded by Peyton Peterson, and she's going to collect the third foul on Agard right there. Peyton with the shot fake, and as she goes up, Agard brings that hand down, and that's what got the foul. Always coach that up with the girls that they're going to call that every time. You bring your hands down, you're getting that call. Peterson, first shot up and good. And again, that's Agard's third. She's going to have to take a seat here, probably the rest of the first half. And that's going to be Kudelka in for her, and Izzy Norton will come in for Maddie Busco. Second free throw is good by Peterson. So Peterson quickly here in a quarter and 2 minutes with 14 points. Tuttle with it up top. Swings it to Pody. Around to Tuttle on the backside wing. She gets it to Pody up top. She's going to go right back to Tuttle there on the wing. Now over to Dillinger, around to Pody, in to Kudelka. Peyton Foster snuck in and knocked that ball out of Kudelka's hands, and off her leg and out of bounds will be Wolverine basketball. 5:41 to go, and we are going to have a 30-second timeout by North Polk, as this one is a three-point game with 5:41 to go. So while we've got a minute, I'm going to go right back into what I was trying to say. Friday night, February 2nd, so this Friday, Grundy Center is going to come to town to play the Wolverines in a full set of games. I believe it's freshman, JV, and varsity for both boys and girls. But the after prom fundraising committee is going to have a $5 meal, soup supper that night. So you get your choice of a bowl of chili and a cinnamon roll, or a bowl of chicken tortilla soup and cornbread. So come out, join us, have a meal. It's senior night for the Wolverines, so get a chance to celebrate these seniors and all that they've accomplished for both the boys and the girls program, and have some fun. So here we go, bringing it back in. Foster will bring it in for the Wolverines, and it looks like North Polk has changed up to a man-to-man. Ball handed off Jane Peterson, taken away by Pody. Peterson quickly down court. Foster going to come in and get a foul from behind, trying to poke it away. That is going to be her first, or her second, and the team first. So Foster and Bixby out there with 2 fouls. Ball is in, but then thrown away. Oh, saved but not saved. Yep, thrown away as Kudelka looked to get it to Pody, but threw it between 2 players, and that ball out of bounds to the Wolverines. Again, Wolverines leading this one 16-13, 5:22 to go in the first half. Ball is into Foster. Foster with it over to Norton. Again, the Comets have switched to a man-to-man. Norton into Jaden Peterson. Looks up for Payne Peterson. Kudelka gets a hand on it, and then I'm not sure if it was her or Scholes who got it and actually knocked it out of bounds. So it will be Maren Bixby to inbound it for the Wolverines under their own hoop. Bixby looking, tries to get in. Jaden Peterson with it. She's going to get the shot up off the rim, but rebounded by Peyton Peterson. Steps through and up and in. Peterson, great rebound and putback. Wolverines lead this one 18-13. Tuttle with it up top. Against the Wolverines, still in their 2-3 zone. Tuttle's going to reset the offense. Puts the ball on the deck. Kicks it. Looked to try and kick it to Dillinger, but Wolverines got a fingertip on it, so it'll be North Polk basketball over on the sideline. Dillinger into Tuttle. Tuttle kicks it over here to Scholes. She's going to turn the corner. Kicks it out to Pody, who's going to take that 3 from the corner and hit it. So North Polk down 2, and it looks like Peyton Foster might have slipped as she went out of bounds to try and throw that ball in. Jaden Peterson is going to collect a foul on Pody. That is going to be her first, team second of the second period. Bixby will inbound it. Bixby skips it across here to Norton. Norton with it. Over to Bixby. Bixby looking in, trying to get it to Jaden Peterson. That ball was tipped away. We are at 22 seconds to go on the shot clock. Wolverines pushing it back. Jaden Peterson over to her sister Peyton. She turns the corner in, misses it, but Jaden Peterson with the rebound, and she gets a shot up and is going to collect a foul right there too. So the Peterson twins working hard on the boards. We've got that foul's on 22. That's going to be on Tuttle, her first, team third. Jaden Peterson going to get 2 free throws here for the Wolverines. First free throw is good. In for the Comets is number 21, Ava Husak. She's going to get Dillinger and Busco back in for Foster. Second free throw good by Jaden Peterson. Wolverines now in a little bit of a press. Ball's into Tuttle. Goes up to Kudelka. She's got it. Trapped there by the Wolverines. Over to Tuttle. Tuttle with it up top. Going to set the offense for the Comets. Tuttle kicks over to Pody. Pody down to Kudelka in the corner. Going to come back up. Look to get back up to Husak. And that ball was almost taken away, but gets it to Pody. 10 on the shot clock. Scholes with it. Gets it to Tuttle. Tuttle going to take that three off the front of the rim. Rebound by Peyton Peterson. Peyton Peterson going to take it. She's going to bring it down. Offense is going to run through her right now. Puts it on the deck. Reverses. Help comes from Tuttle. And she's going to quickly bring it back. Peterson gets back. Tuttle steps through, misses it. Rebounded by Peyton Peterson. She's going to push it back. Norton running up with her. Busco with it. Busco skips it to Peyton Peterson. Peyton looks at the three. Does not take it. Going to set. Gets a screen from Marn Bixby. Puts on the deck. That ball poked away there by Pody. Quickly up to Husak. She knocks it away from herself. And Bixby ends up with it. Bixby quickly up to Norton. Norton back to Bixby. Bixby deep three. Just off the side of the rim and out of bounds. Bixby with a pretty good look there. It's the first one she's really seen. Foster will come back in for Norton. So we've got the starting five for the Wolverines back on the floor with 2:39 to go in the first half. Leading this one by 4. Tuttle with it. Tuttle over here to Scholes. Gets it to Pody. Still up top, Pody with it. Over to Tuttle on the left wing. Over to Pody. Looks into Kudelka. She's going to go down low and throw it against hands. That's Jaden Peterson coming away with it. Peterson speeding down court. Holds up, skips it across to Foster. Foster puts it on the deck, and that ball kicked by Tuttle. But Wolverines looking to attack. Right now, they're putting the ball on the deck, and the Comets are reaching in pretty good and getting, I mean, it's clean. They're getting good, clean pokes at it, but Wolverines got to do a better job at taking care of that ball. 30-second here timeout by the Wolverines. While we have a chance, we'll talk a little bit about the 2 fundraisers that the After Prom fundraising committee has going. Number 1, the Chad's Pizza one, which is, again, every junior has this form. If you do not have a junior, don't know how to get a hold of one, please contact Teresa at 319-239-2851 to get your order placed. Those orders must be in by the 12th of February. I will come back with the other one after when the next time out. So, Wolverines, 2 minutes to go here in the first period, or in the first half. Inbound it, quickly lobbed up, looking for Peyton Peterson. Get it to her, and she puts it up and in. Again, right now, the Comets just have no answer for Peyton Peterson. Ball with Tuttle coming across. She gets it to Pody. Pody to Kudelka in the corner. She's going to put it on the deck, but kick it back out. Pody, left-hand dribble. Gets herself caught up. Gets tipped away. Out to Husak. Up to Kudelka up top. Now Tuttle with it. Tuttle looking for a screen. Kudelka will set it. We're down to 5 on the shot clock. Ball quickly into Pody. She's going to get the layup up and in. Wolverines just lost track of her with their pressure defense. So Foster gets it across, puts it into Peyton Peterson. Peterson at the elbow. Gets it to her sister Jaden down low. Jaden leans in, gets a shot to go, and she's going to get a shot at a three-point play here. Again, something we've seen a lot out of Jaden Peterson. That foul is on number 21, Husak. As we are going to have in for her is going to be Scholes, and that is Husak's second and the fourth for the team in the second period. Peterson's free throw is up and good, and Miranda Tyler will see her first action of the night coming in for Jaden Peterson. Ball into Tuttle. So 5 for the Wolverines. Foster, Bixby, Tyler, Peyton Peterson, and Busco. Tuttle steps in, kicks it out to Pody, who's going to take the three and drill it. Quick move there by the Comets. Wolverines lead this one 25-21. Ball to Bixby. Bixby getting pressured. Throws it off of hands. That goes out of bounds. Tuttle and Sullivan there trapping her on the wing. That's going to be Bixby and Peyton Peterson are going to get a break as Izzy Norton and Jaden Peterson come in. Ball into Busco. Busco to Jaden Peterson. Turns the corner. Out to Izzy Norton. Back into Jaden Peterson. And that ball went out of bounds off of, it looks like off of Scholes. But Kudelka guarding Jaden Peterson right now is a tough matchup. Kudelka very physical. Jaden into Peyton Foster. Looks to go back into Jaden and just a little bit outside her reach. So we are under 35, so we have shot clock is off. 28 seconds to go. Wolverines lead this one by 4 here in the first half. Ball quickly over to Pody, who skips it. Now Tuttle back up top, back to Pody. She's going to get it back to Tuttle. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Tuttle with it. Screen from Kudelka. She's going to get a quick three off the rim, but the rebound there by Sullivan, and she's going to get a foul on Miranda Tyler. It's going to be her first, team second, as Sullivan will get 2 free throws. First free throw is good. In for the Wolverines is Peyton Peterson and Maren Bixby. In for Izzy Norton and Miranda Tyler. And Osborne and Husak in for the Comets. Rebound to Busco. Foster gets a quick shot, and that one is well over the backboard. So that's going to be your halftime score, folks. Wolverines will lead this one 25-22 at the half. We're going to hit a couple of ads here, and then I will be back for some first half discussion and prep for the second half. So stay. was our Booster Club business partners. We appreciate everything they do. Again, we said at the end there, if you are wanting to become a member of the Booster Club as a business partner, feel free to reach out to the school or to get a hold of Scott Conley or Jeff Jensen as they can help you out. Now, we're going to follow that one up with the other Booster Club ad we have, which shows everything that the Booster Club has been able to help the Wolverine school with for all the donations they've gotten. So we're really want to take a look. All right, back here in Dike for halftime here. We got about 3.5 minutes. Neither team back on the floor yet. I imagine both teams trying to make some halftime adjustments. Wolverines lead this one by 3, 25-22. Wolverines scoring is pretty quick and simple. 18 points in the first half by Peyton Peterson, 7 by her sister Jaden. And really, Wolverines have done a great job of moving, taking the ball inside and getting the North Polk players in foul trouble as Becca Agard, the 6'3 junior center, has got 3 fouls already in the first half. She got that first 2 in the first quarter and got the third one early. So she's had to sit quite a bit. We'll see coming in and what she's able to do. All right, 2.5 minutes. We are looking here to see what the Wolverines and Comets come out here in the second half as both teams getting their warm-ups in. See the student section getting a little into it. Kind of weird to see the guys down there, the basketball players that normally be prepping for their own game, but have come out here tonight to support the girls. So a lot of excitement here in the arena here. We're about 2 minutes before we get back to the half. So while we have a minute, I do want to bring up the fundraisers that the Booster Club has got going right now, or not the Booster Club, sorry, the After Prom Fundraising Committee. So the first one is the Chad's Pizza one we talked about. Again, every junior has that. If you want to get a hold of junior, if you don't have a junior you can get a hold of the school, or you can get a hold of Teresa at 319-239-2851 to place your order. Again, those orders have to be in by the 12th of February, and they will be picked up by the students on the 26th and then delivered. So, again, get that in and get ready to go here. The other one is the RADA fundraiser. The junior class, again, pairing up with RADA in Waverly. They offer a wide range of top-quality products from kitchen essentials to gourmet treats. They've got it all. And the best part, it's entirely online. Scan this QR code that you see on your screen right now. That takes you right in to the spot where you need to go to help support the DNH After Prom Fundraising Committee and place your order, delivered to you. You don't have to talk to anybody. You don't have to do a thing. You just got to go in and place that order. So, again, 2 fundraisers. The Wolverine After Prom Fundraising Committee has got going right now as we get ready to start preparing everything for After Prom. So, we come back here again. We are down to 45 seconds. Wolverines are in the huddle. Coach Dahl chatting with them, getting them ready. They're about to break huddle with 36 seconds to go here as the Comets just get into their huddle, and we'll expect to see them come out. It's going to be Wolverine basketball to start this second half. On the floor for your Wolverines, the starting 5, Jaden Peterson, Marin Bixby, Peyton Foster, Peyton Peterson, and Maddie Buskell. All right, we are ready to go here for the third quarter. Again, Wolverine basketball to start. Out here for the Comets is going to be number 40, Dillinger, number 33, Agard, back off the bench with those 3 fouls. Tuttle, number 22, number 24, Pody, and number 32, Kadelka. Ball quickly in here to Jaden Peterson. Peterson looking for Foster, gets to her sister Peyton. Peyton over to Marin Bixby. Bixby looks to go into Jaden, and they're going to get Peyton Foster on a moving screen, and that is going to be her 3rd foul and team first here in the third period. Ball in here to Tuttle. Tuttle goes back to Dillinger against the Wolverine pressure. Over to Tuttle. Tuttle with it here, near side. Looks to get it over, does get it over to Pody. Somehow got it over top of Bixby. Ball into Agard. Agard shot up, missed it. Bixby tips it to Jaden Peterson. Peterson with it, looking up to her sister Peyton, and tipped away by Dillinger. Right to Tuttle. Tuttle with it coming down. Tuttle's going to go to Pody. Pody, and they're going to get Agard for her 4th foul. A moving screen on Agard is her 4th as she tried to set that screen to get the 3. So that's going to be a quick substitution. Scholes is going to have to come in for her. She gets her 4th foul. Struggled a little bit here with some foul trouble tonight. We didn't know going in what we were going to see, and she's picked up a couple on Peyton Peterson, trying to defend her, and then that one right there for her 4th. Buskell with it. Buskell to Bixby. Bixby with it up top. Over to Foster, out there with 3 fouls herself. Into Peyton Peterson, lobs it up for Jaden. Tipped away by Scholes and right to Pody. She's going to bring it back. She jump stop, kicks it over to Kadelka, over to Tuttle. Tuttle with it on the wing. She's going to dribble out. Tuttle out there. Tuttle with 3 points on the night, averages 15. So you look to see if she'll get herself going here. Over to Dillinger in the corner. Dillinger's 3 misses. Ball rebounded by Peyton Foster. Foster with it. Gets to half court. Over to Bixby. Bixby skips it to Peyton Peterson. She looked. She gets it poked away there by, I think that's Kadelka on her. Ball handed to Peyton Foster. Foster on the dribble. 10 seconds on the shot clock. She gets a shot up and blocked out of bounds. So it's going to be Wolverine basketball out of bounds. Marin Bixby to inbound it for the Wolverines. Bixby right into Peyton Peterson. Peterson on the deck, puts it up, gets the foul, and she's going to go to the line for 2 more. And that's going to be on Scholes. That's going to be her second, team second here in the third period. 2 minutes into the third, no scoring. And first one by Peterson is off the back of the rim. Izzy Norton checking in for Maddie Busco. But you've got Foster out there with 3 fouls and Bixby with 2, so the Wolverines need to be careful. Peterson's second one up and in. First free throw by the first point to the Wolverines here start the third. Ball quickly up to Scholes. Scholes dribbles it out. Ball skipped over to Tuttle. Tuttle on the drive. Steps through, left hand, not good. Peyton Peterson with the rebound. She's going to bring it up. Loses control, but gets it back. Gives it to her sister. Chased by Tuttle, handed off to Maren Bixby. Bixby over to Jaden. Jaden gets around, puts it up, little long, chases her own rebound, but that ball is saved in by Kudelka to Tuttle. Tuttle with it. Coming back down, Tuttle over to Pody. Pody, 2 Scholes in the corner. To Kudelka, now skipped out to Tuttle, now over to Dillinger. She's in the corner. Back up top to Pody, but poked by Maren Bixby. Bixby comes away with it. She's going to take the shot up, and that's going to be a foul on Pody, and that's going to be her second. Third already with 5:17 to go in the third period. The third on the Comets here in the second half, or the third period. Bixby going to get 2 free throws here. Wolverines up by 4. Bixby with the first free throw. Up and in. She's going to get 1 more. Bixby's second free throw. Up and good. 28-22. Wolverines by 6. Ball into Tuttle. That is the first points outside of the Peterson twins by Maren Bixby, the third starting senior. We've got a full timeout by the Comets trying to figure out what they want to do here. All right, Wolverines, we're going to do we'll do the quick People Savings Bank ad here quick while we have.
How can you become a Wolverine superfan?
With your Wolverine Pride debit card from People's Savings Bank.
Every time we swipe the Wolverine Pride debit card,
People's Savings Bank gives 6 cents back to D&H schools. That added up to almost $2,000 this past year.
Get your Wolverine Pride debit card today. Roll blue.
Right. All right, back here in Dike. Timeout is getting over here as you see the Wolverines. Now, I run that People Savings Bank out. We haven't had a chance to fire up the 3-pointers tonight. Wolverines not hit a 3-pointer in the first half. So quickly, Tuttle with it on the wing, takes it to Dillinger. Dillinger down to Kudelka. She'll skip it up to Tuttle. 20 on the shot clock. Tuttle, little hesitation, kicks it out to Pody. She's going to put it on the deck. She's going to kick it over to Dillinger. Dillinger lobs it over to Scholes. 9 on the shot clock. Scholes to Tuttle. Tuttle's going to, I think she's going to have to take that deep three. She's going to get a screen, take the 2. Misses it. Jaden Peterson with a collision with Kudelka. No call either way on that one. Scholes with it. Scholes kicks it over to Pody. Pody to Tuttle. Tuttle to Kudelka. Back to Tuttle. Ball around the perimeter for the Comets. That's going to be a shot by Dillinger, and that's going to be long and out of bounds. Wolverine defense holds for 2 possessions, leading this one by 6. 4:20 to go in the third. Ball into Foster. Foster coming across the half-court line here with it. She's going to go to Maren Bixby. Bixby puts it on the deck and attacks. Gets her own rebound, though, and puts it back up and in. Schultz contested it, but Bixby was able to get around her to get the rebound. Tuttle with it coming across. Tuttle on the drive, going to pull up, take the 2, and hit it. That's part of her game we haven't seen yet tonight. Something we expected was that little pull-up game. Wolverines by 6. Ball to Peterson in the corner. Peterson looks to attack, going to pull it back out and skip it over to Norton. Norton around to Bixby. Bixby looked into Jaden Peterson, and that ball is going to get out of, that's going to be a Wolverine ball out of bounds as Cody gets her 3rd, the team's 4th, and that is a tough one because Jaden Peterson had her squared up well, posted her up big. So in here for the Comets, for the Wolverines, Maddie Buskell back in for Peyton Foster. In here for the Comets is number 23, Sullivan, number 20, Osborne, and number 21, Husak, as Peyton Peterson took the shot and missed it and is going to collect the foul. That's going to be her first, second on the Wolverines. It looks like Peyton might have got popped in the eye there on that one. Rubbing her eye a little bit as Tuttle brings it across. Tuttle draws the defense, gets it to Osborne. And that ball is going to be tipped away and out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Comets. Husak going to take it out for the Comets. She gets it to Tuttle up top. Tuttle with it. Wolverines in their 2-3 zone. Over to Kudelka, down to Husak. Husak to Kudelka. Look to get it up. Husak ends up with it. 8 on the shot clock. Tuttle with it. Over to Husak. 3 on the shot clock. And that's your shot. That's a shot clock violation. Oh, official's going to chat about it here to see. There might be 1 second on the shot clock. Yep, they're going to put 1 second on the shot clock, and it's going to be Comet ball underneath. They're going to have to catch and shoot this one. Tuttle, guarded by Norton. She gets the shot in and up, but rebounded by Jane Peterson. Peterson comes away with it. Foster going to check back in for the Wolverines. Next dead ball. Jaden Peterson on the drive. Kicks it out to Izzy Norton. Norton's going to take that 3 off the back of the rim and rebounded by Husak. Husak with it now, coming across for the Comets. Wolverines still lead this one by 6. 2:30 to go in the third. Ball skipped across to Tuttle. Tuttle holds up, takes it across to Husak into Kudelka. Kudelka to Tuttle. Tuttle on the drive, missed the layup, but rebounded there by Peyton Peterson. Tuttle, good step through, but missed it, and we've got a turnover. Traveling violation, it appears, by the Wolverines. I had looked down and didn't see it. So it will be Comet basketball, 2:11 to go in the third. Ball to Husak. Ball kicked around here to Kudelka. Down there to Osborne. She'll take the 3. Miss it. Scramble for the basketball. Jaden Peterson gets it out to her sister Peyton. Peyton going to come down court with it. Peyton with Tuttle on her, and Tuttle's going to foul her, and that's going to be her second, and that's going to be Peyton Peterson back to the line for 2 more. That is the second foul on Tuttle, the 5th on the Comets here in the third period. Peterson on the line. 2 free throws. First free throw up and good. That gets Peyton Peterson to 20 points tonight. So that's going and in is Sylvie Fuller for Maren Bixby, who will get a break. Peterson, second one up and good. 21 points on the night for Peyton Peterson in just under 3 quarters. Tuttle with it over to Dillinger. Dillinger down to Husak. Husak going to come back to Tuttle on the wing. Tuttle, Bix, and Buskell on her. Into Husak, into Kudelka. She gets it out to Dillinger. Dillinger will attack. Gets the shot up, misses it. Rebound scrambled for Husak with it. Back to Tuttle up top. She'll take the deep 3 off the front of the rim. Foster scrambles for it and comes away with the rebound. Foster gets it to Peyton Peterson. Peterson back to Foster. Minute 12 to go here in the third period. Wolverines by 8. Foster with it. Foster to Jaden Peterson. Jaden looks for her sister Peyton as Kudelka got lost, and Peyton gets another bucket, another assist for Jaden Peterson. Tuttle with it for the Comets. Steps through, gets the shot up, and they're going to get a foul and 2 free throws by Tuttle here. So that foul is going to go on Sylvie Fuller. That is her first, team's third in the third period. Again, the Wolverines leading this one by 10, 34-24. First free throw by Tuttle, up and good. Maren Bixby coming in for Peyton Peterson. Going to give her a quick break with 47 seconds to go in the third. So on the floor for the Wolverines is Foster, Buskell, Fuller, Jaden Peterson, and Bixby. Tuttle's second free throw is up and good. So 46 seconds to go. Wolverines by 8. Peyton Peterson getting a break. Jaden Peterson with the ball. Picks it up, skips it to Bixby. Bixby on the drive, kicks it out to Buskell. Buskell going to take the 3 off the front of the rim, but rebounded by Jaden Peterson, but she caught the line as she came down, and that's going to be a turnover to the Comets with 30 seconds to go in the third. Wolverines again up 34-26. They're going to go, looks like Tuttle's going to bring it up for one shot. Going to take this one all the way down to hopefully get the last shot of the quarter. Ball is skipped over around to, that is Sullivan. Dillinger around to Scholes. Scholes going to take that 3, miss it, and they are going to get Peyton Foster's 4th foul. That is Foster's 4th foul and the 4th on the Wolverines with 7.1. 7.1 to go here in the third. They're going to get another substitution quickly. Miranda Tyler going to come in for Sylvie Fuller. So the 5 on the floor for your Wolverines: Norton, Bixby, Tyler, Buskell, and Jaden Peterson. Ball is inbound and stolen away by Norton. 4 seconds to go. Norton throws it up, but Tuttle ends up with it. Tuttle going to take the shot, and Tyler going to give the foul. Just a scramble for that ball there. Didn't have to push it. But wow, they gave that one to Norton. Pretty sure that was on 53. First free throw by Tuttle is good. Yeah, thought that was on 53, Miranda Tyler. Tuttle's second free throw is good. And 4/10 in, Tuttle gets the ball, stole the ball on the inbounds because the Wolverines were not thinking. Wolverines now up, lead this one 34-28 as we go to the fourth quarter. All right, we get here going to the fourth. Wolverines lead this one by 6. Wolverines lead up by 6 here as we go to the fourth. Now, something to look for here. Wolverines going to have Peyton Foster, starting point guard, going to be on the floor with 4 fouls. And for the Comets, it's going to be Agard, who hasn't seen a lot of time tonight. She got in foul trouble early, caught that 4th foul early in the third period on a offensive foul on a moving screen. And so we're going to get ready to go here in the fourth. A couple players with 4 fouls on the floor, 1 for each team as we get ready to go here. So the 5 on the floor for your Wolverines are it'll be the starting 5: Jaden Peterson, Peyton Peterson, Maren Bixby, Maddie Buskell, and Peyton Foster. Again, Foster out there with 4 fouls. On for the Comets: Tuttle, Pody, Agard, Kudelka, and Dillinger. Again, starting 5. That ball blocked there by Jaden Peterson. Peyton Peterson with the rebound, brings it out, looks up to Maren Bixby. Bixby looks to Jaden Peterson for the layup. Great ball movement by the seniors. Tuttle going to bring it back here for the Comets. Ball out to Dillinger. Contested by Busco. Busco going to tip that one away, and the Comets going to bring it out from the, and Norton going to quickly come back for Foster. As Foster with her 4 fouls is going to sit for maybe just a little bit. Tuttle with it, guarded by Norton. To Pody, into Agard, back out to Pody. Over to Tuttle. Wolverines doing a good job of moving on the ball. Pody with it, 7 on the shot clock. Out to Dillinger. Dillinger back out to Pody. Pody over to Tuttle, 1 on the shot clock. Tuttle gets a shot off and hits it. Wolverines played great defense for 34 seconds. And Tuttle drills it as the shot clock goes off. Busco over to Bixby. Bixby to Jaden Peterson. Peterson sneaks it across to her sister Payne. She puts it up and in, and we're going to have the first foul, I believe, on Dillinger. Yep, Dillinger with her first, team's first in the 4th. Basket is good, Wolverines. And Peyton Peterson going to get an opportunity to put this and 1 in. Her free throw is up. Off the front of the rim, rebounded by Agard. Ball quickly over to Pody, and she's going to get run into by Jaden Peterson. Couldn't quite stop herself, so that is going to be a foul on Jaden Peterson, her first, team first of the 4th. So Dillinger going to inbound it to Pody. Over to Tuttle. Tuttle into Agard, or into Kudelka. Into Agard, she scrambles for it. She ends up throwing it away to Bixby. Bixby up to Busco. Busco going to skip it up to Jane Peterson, tipped away and taken away by Dillinger there. She gets it to Pody. Pody going to bring it back across. Wolverines by 7, 6 minutes to go. Pody right in and gives it away to Peyton Peterson. Looked to make a pass and just fumble it off. Peterson to Bixby. Bixby shot up and good. The Wolverines running the floor well here. So the steal and the assist to Peterson. And that is going to be a full timeout by the Comets as they need to get something figured out here.
For Wolverine fans, they'll be in action tomorrow night versus South Bend. Girls at 6:15, boys to follow.
Well, we are going to have this quick timeout as I try and figure out what to play, and we try and figure out what to do here. Comets down to 1 timeout. We've got Agard on with 4 fouls. We've got Pody on with 3 fouls. Tuttle with 2. Dillinger with 1, and Kudelka with none. Currently, again, we talked about this a little bit in the first half, but Tuttle at 12 points, averages 15. So she's slowly but surely kind of gotten her points here tonight. On the other side, though, Peyton Peterson with 25, 9 by Jaden, and 6 by Maren Bixby. Ball to Pody, back up to Tuttle. Wolverine 2-3 zone's been active tonight. Dillinger drives, gets it tipped away by Bixby, and that's going to go out of bounds. 16 seconds to go on the shot clock. Scholl's going to come in for Dillinger for the Comets. Maren Bixby, long arms, got her hands on that ball. So Wolverine defense here. 2-3 zone, Norton and Bixby up top. Busco, Jaden, and Peyton Peterson. Ball skipped over here to Pody, off her hands and out of bounds. Wolverine basketball. 5.5 to go. Wolverines by 9. Gets the ball to Busco. Busco against Agard. Hands it off to Norton. Peterson steps into it. Good thing she did, or that one would have gotten tipped away. Peyton Peterson looks to get across to Maren Bixby, but thrown away. Tuttle with the takeaway. Tuttle bringing it down court. Skips it up quickly to Scholes. She gets the layup. We'll see how long Coach goes without bringing Peyton Foster back in. with her 4 fouls. Jaden Peterson guarded by Pody. Gets it to Busco. Busco up to Bixby, and we got a timeout by Coach Dahl. 30-second timeout by the Wolverines as Peyton Foster is coming back in right now. So no, Coach Dahl not waiting any longer. So again, something we expected to see here. Peyton Foster coming back very quickly. She is going to come in for Maddie Busco. So it's going to be Foster, Norton, Peyton, and Jaden Peterson, and Bixby on the floor, the 5 for the Wolverines. It'll be Wolverine basketball on the side. The 5 on the floor for the Comets is Tuttle, Scholes, Agard, Kadelka, and Pody. Ball into Foster. Foster being guarded by Agard. Gets it to Peterson. Peterson double team. Turns the corner out to Bixby. Bixby going to get that 3 from the corner. Airballed it. Left it short. Ball rebounded by Agard, and quickly Tuttle back on offense. Tuttle skips it over to Pody. Pody going to take that quick 3. Off the rim. Rebounded by Jaden Peterson. She rips it away. Gets it to Bixby. Bixby over to Foster. Foster with it. Gets it to Norton in the corner. Norton going to bring it up. Ball to Jaden Peterson. Tuttle went for the steal, and that ball taken away by Scholes. Nobody back. Scholes goes coast to coast with it. Nobody got back. Wolverines only up 5 here with 4 minutes to go. Foster on the attack, gets through, and is gonna took an extra step before the foul. They're gonna call the travel first. So it's gonna be a turnover by the Wolverines. Tuttle coming back with it. Wolverines only up 5, looking to get a defensive stop. Ball over to Pody. Pody gonna skip it to Tuttle. Tuttle gonna take that 3. Off the rim, rebounded by Agard, scramble for it. And Peyton Peterson knocks it out of bounds, out of Agard's hands. So it will be Comet basketball underneath. Pody to inbound it. Out to Agard. Agard up to Kadelka. Over to Scholes. Scholes going to take that 3 and hit it. Wolverines have seen this lead drop to 2. Foster with it. Coach Dahl going to take a full timeout here and talk it over and prepare the Wolverines here. Wolverines with 3:27 to go lead this one 40-38. Wolverines with 3 timeouts left. Comets with 1. All right, we'll quick while we've got a minute here. Again, we've been kind of scrambling here for the whole game. We'll talk a little bit again about the Soup Supper on Friday night. Again, a lot of stuff going on here that night. It's going to be a full set of games with Grundy Center. Wolverine Senior Night is that night. The Young Cheerleaders Clinic is that night, so they'll have a performance. And again, we're going to have the Soup Supper after prom fundraising committee, $5 per meal. You can come and get your choice of a bowl of chili and a cinnamon roll or a bowl of chicken tortilla soup and cornbread. Look to see out here that night. It should be a good night. It's a good meal, and we should be ready to go here on Friday night. Again, though, the Wolverines will be in action tomorrow night against South Hardin, girls and boys. Normal schedule where the girls will start at 6:15, the boys will follow. Bixby to inbound it. 32 seconds on the shot clock. Bixby into Foster. Foster with Agard on her. Foster to Bixby. Bixby lobs up, looking for Peyton Peterson, but gets tipped away. Ball scramble for it. Peyton Peterson comes up with it, goes to the backside of the rim, gets a shot up, but gets the foul on Agard. That's going to be her 5th, and Peyton Peterson going to get 2 free throws. So Agard is going to foul out. That's been a big thing for the Wolverine or for the Comets. They made that switch to Agard being at the top of that defense, making it tough on the Wolverines, and she's going to have to come out as Faith Sullivan's going to come in. Peyton Peterson on the line, looking to add to her total for the night. Peterson first free throw up and good. Wolverines up by 3, 3:12 to go. Peterson's second free throw. Off the back of the rim, rebounded by Bixby. Bixby out to Peyton Peterson. Oh, and she was going to throw to her sister and dragged her foot, turns it over. Wolverines up 3:08 to go. Peterson up to 26 points on the night. Tuttle with it, coming across. Tuttle to Pody. Pody back to Tuttle. I'll tell you, the one you can't lose is Scholes. She already hit one here in this fourth, along with a couple in the JV game. So Tuttle with it. Tuttle skips it across to Pody. Pody back over here to, that was Sullivan, misses the shot, and didn't hit the rim, so rebounded. Tuttle tried to get the putback, rebounded by Peyton Peterson. Peyton to Bixby. Bixby going to take that wide open three and drill it. First three-pointer of the night by the Wolverines. And Maren Bixby, what a time for it. 3-point bucket. Let me get to throw that up there. So Wolverines up 6 now. Pody with it, skips it over here to Scholes. Scholes guarded by Jaden Peterson. She's going to put that shot up and in. That basket's going to be good, and that's going to be Jaden Peterson's second foul. Wolverines second here in the fourth, as Scholes is going to get a chance for a and one. And again, we saw this a lot out of her in the JV. In the 2 quarters she got to play a JV. So gets a 3-point play. Back to 3-point lead with 2 minutes to go. Foster with it. Guarded there by Scholes. Foster to Bixby. Bixby with it. Gets it to Jaden Peterson. She puts up a block by Scholes. Comets have it. Tuttle with it. Coming back. Tuttle with it. Gets it into Kudelka. Out to Pody. Pody skips it across to Scholes. Scholes down to Dillinger in the corner. Dillinger's three is good, and we have a tie game. 44 all with a minute and a half to go. Ball quickly up here. Tipped away by Tuttle as the Wolverines tried to go up quickly to Bixby. So Norton will get subbed out by Busco. Busco. So starting 5 on the floor for the Wolverines. Bixby with it to Busco. Busco guarded by Dillinger. Busco hands it off to Foster. Foster out to Peyton Peterson. And we got a timeout. Wolverines, 21 seconds to go on the shot clock. 1:18 to go in the game. Tie game at 44. And it's been Scholes off the bench with 13 points. Averages 6 a night, but has taken advantage of some open looks and putting the ball on the floor to tie this one up. That was Dillinger's first 3. And she's been a little under her average tonight. So right now, Wolverines looking to get a bucket and then 1 timeout each way. We got 1 timeout each way. Both teams with 2 fouls here in the fourth quarter. So fouls again, not a big deal here. Other than you've got Peyton Foster with 4 on the floor right now for the Wolverines. Other than that, nobody with more than 3. And that one, in fact, 1 with 3 right now, and that is Pody. But Wolverines right now need to find a bucket or get to the line and find a way to get on the scoreboard here. Again, 1 timeout left. Jaden Peterson with it. Pody on her. Peterson crosses her over and gets a 5-second call. Pody closely guarded her for 5 seconds. Pody with it now. Tuttle is going to have it with 1:10 to go. Tuttle with it. Tuttle puts the ball on the deck and attacks. And she gets the bucket to go. They give her the foul and the bucket. And that bucket is going to be on number 3. Jaden Peterson gets her 3rd foul. We have 1 free throw coming by Tuttle. And Sullivan checking in for Dillinger. Tuttle's free throw is good. North Polk leads this one 47-44. Under a minute to go. Foster with it. Foster gets it to Busko. Busko is tied up. It's going to be a jump ball. Busko gets tied up by Sullivan, and it's going to be Wolverine basketball underneath, looking to get a bucket here. Bixby with it. Bixby quickly to Busko, over to Foster. Foster looks for Jaden Peterson, hits her on the lob. Peterson puts it down, and that is going to be off of North Polk Wolverine basketball as Peterson looked to put it down but could not get it. Skipped away and looks like it went off a Comet foot. Norton back in here for Busko. Bixby going to take it out. Bixby quickly to Peyton Peterson, who gets fouled. Now that's only the third foul here of the fourth. And that foul is on Kodelka, and that is her first, team third. So here again, you expect maybe a couple more. In quickly to Jane Peterson. Up and in. She's going to get a chance to finish this three-point play. That foul is on 24. That is on Podium. That is her fourth. We have got, and Busko going to come back in for defense for Norton. Jaden Peterson a chance to tie this one up. Her free throw is out. Rebounded there by Scholes. And now Tuttle with the chance here. 33 seconds to go. Shot clock. Wolverine's going to have to give a foul here. It cannot be Foster. Busko or Bixby will get the foul. That is her third and the fourth on the Wolverines. Dillinger going to come back in here. As you look at the five on the floor, and we have got the last timeout taken by Coach Albertson of the Comets. So we're going to hit this ad real quick, and we.
How can you become a Wolverine superfan?
With your Wolverine Pride debit card from People's Savings Bank.
Every time we swipe the Wolverine Pride debit card,
People's Savings Bank gives 6 cents back to D&H schools. That added up to almost $2,000 this past year.
Get your Wolverine Pride debit card today. Roll blue.
All right, back here in Dike for last 24 seconds. Wolverines are going to have to get the steal or get a foul. And you got Foster out there with 4. Ball into Tuttle. Bixby will come up. They're going to set the trap. Bixby got a hand on it. And Jaden Peterson going to get the foul. 15 seconds to go. That is going to be number 4 on Jaden. But Wolverines will put Dillinger on the line. Dillinger on the year is a 66% free throw shooter for the Comets. She's going to get 2 free throws here. Norton going to check back in after the first one. First free throw up and good. Norton is going to come in for Busko, and Pody going to come in for Dillinger. So Wolverines down 2, 15 seconds to go. Second free throw is up and good, and that's going to allow the sub to come in. So Wolverines looking for a three-pointer here, and then the timeout. 1 timeout left on the board, only by the Wolverines. Ball is into Foster. Foster, 15 seconds to go, going to push it up. Foster gets it, tries to get it to Bixby, and off of Bixby and out of bounds. That's going to put the ball back in the Comets' hands as the Comets have come all the way back here and lead this one by 3 with 8 seconds to go. Wolverines going to need a steal on the inbound. Ball into Tuttle. Tuttle is going to be fouled by Peterson. That'll be her 5th. And that's going to put Tuttle on the line for 2 free throws. Busko going to come in for her. Again, that scramble here at the end, this is what you had to do. Tuttle's first one is good. It's going to make it a 4-point game and probably push it out too far for the Wolverines with one timeout. Coach Dahl going to call his last timeout here with 7.3 to go. Wolverines going to talk this one over. Again, Wolverines led this one. I'm not even sure what by 10 at least. And, you know, the Comets just fought their way back. But this is kind of what we expected, was this to be a battle between both teams. I talked with Coach Dahl on Thursday night when the Wolverines were at home, and he said that night that he expected a battle here, and this was a game he wanted to have on the schedule here towards the end, as we will see the girls pairings come out Wednesday of this week. So the Wolverines will have one more game. They will play South Hardin tomorrow night. Again, we'll be back on at 6:15 for that game as the Wolverines get ready to play South Hardin. One of the last two home games for the regular season that the Wolverines have. So if you haven't gotten out to see this team, definitely get out and watch them. It's a good squad, fun squad to watch play. So here we go. Tuttle going to look to hit the second free throw, and it's a 4-point game right now. Wolverines would have to score with under 2 seconds, with less than 2 seconds coming off the clock. As Tuttle makes the second one, Busco will inbound it. She's going to throw it up, looking for Peyton Peterson. Peterson with it. She's going to drive right down the hoop and get the layup, and that's going to be it. There's nothing. Oh. 25 with a delay of game. 8/10 on the clock. Wolverines would have to steal. They're just going to throw it deep, touch it up, and that's going to be your ball game. Great game here by both teams. Wolverines taking on the chin here, 48-51 as North Polk survives. They came all the way back and ended up winning this one by 3. Again, as I said, a couple of great games by a couple of great teams. Should be a couple of teams I expect to see make deep runs here in the playoffs, as this group, both these groups are hard. It's a hard-fought game, and these guys went after it. So we appreciate Coach Albertson and the North Polk Comets for coming up. Again, we try and get a good game like this right towards the end of the season. So the Wolverines, remainder of the year, they have got 2 home games. We'll play tomorrow night against South Hardin here, starting at 6:15 for the girls, boys to follow. And then we will follow that one up with Friday night, that Grundy Center game here as well. Again, same timing there. And again, that's the night of the soup supper. We expect a big crowd, a lot of things going on that night. And then the Wolverines next week are on the road at Jessup and at Sumner Fredericksburg. So a couple road games to finish the year off for the girls. Again, the Wolverines tonight will collect their second loss on the season. This one by 3 points. So a great battle here by the Wolverines, and I expect to see this one being a good learning experience for them. Not often have we seen teams be able to come back on them, but North Polk really did a great job tonight of continuing to push that up and put the pressure on the Wolverines. And it was interesting. I didn't think with Agard being in the foul trouble she was, I thought that would be a struggle for them, but I think Peyton Peterson might end up with 25 or 27. She really took this game over to start and made it tough. But to North Polk's credit, they made adjustments as they needed to, and were able to come away with this 3-point victory over the Wolverines. So, again, resetting. We will be back on tomorrow night, 6:15 start. Girls against South Hardin, and then the boys game to follow, and then on Friday, we are back on the air at the normal time, and that will be, again, it'll be Grundy Center here in town to battle the Wolverines. So Grundy County battle here on Friday night. So, again, this is Joe Huck. I appreciate everybody listening in, wherever you were listening in from. So we always appreciate it. Great things done here by the school, by the kids. And so I will see you all tomorrow night. come join me, 6:15 start, so I should be on around 6 o'clock, and we will get ready to go for South Hardin. Not back in the conference. I don't know. NICL's all, I'm still not fully aligned on where everything is. But join me tomorrow night, 6:15 start, girls against South Hardin, boys game to follow, as the Wolverines will look to learn from tonight's game and see where they're at as we get ready to go for the end of these last 4 games and then on into the tournament. So that being said, this is Joe Huck signing off. Have a good night and be safe wherever your travels take you.